it may sound a little bit cocky, but I feel that I'm one of the biggest names right now that the UFC has. So if they are going to have one of the biggest events in their history, they are going to have, they have to have their biggest stars in that card. So I knew it since the first moment that event was announced that I will be in that card.
I'm not surprised that you're on the card, but I will tell you, I was surprised they
Me neither.
Okay, I know that. But I will tell you, I was surprised they put you in the main event, and I'll explain why. Not because you're not deserving, but because, as you know, this is the White House, and it's America's birthday. And I think there's a very good chance you win this fight in a very violent fashion. And I didn't think that the White House would want a non-American to knock out an American in the main event on the White House lawn. You know what I mean? From a symbolic standpoint. And so they're kind of playing with fire here. Do you understand what I'm saying here? And are you somewhat 100%. Surprised?
I understand it. I would love to give you the answer why they decide to put me as a main event. I don't have it, unfortunately. But what I know is that I'm going to be the main event.
Yes, and
that's the most important thing.
And you're obviously pretty confident that you're going to win in pretty violent fashion. You've already updated your bio.
I wouldn't even show up to that event. You know, I have a lot of confidence. I know that I'm going to win. I'm going to win. It's not only that I'm going to win. I'm going to win in fashion, and I'm very happy to have an opponent like Justin Gaethje. He's a legend in the sports. He's the highlights, and I can't wait to share the octagon with him. I know that it's going to be a very entertaining fight for the fans, and hopefully they are going to enjoy it.
Usually when you compete these days, you're the fan favorite. Do you think on that night, because you're fighting an American, all the important people in attendance will be rooting against you?
You know, I had a lot of place in this sport. I have been the underdog, the fan favorite. I've been in many places, so I don't care. I don't care what's happening in the external world.
When you were watching Justin fight Paddy, were you rooting for Paddy because of your history, so that he would be the next guy that you fight?
Normally, I'm the kind of guy that, in my head, whatever's gonna happen is good for me. But yeah, at some point, I was rooting for Paddy because I was thinking that fight will be much bigger than the Justin fight. But everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean?
Were you surprised that the fight played out that way?
I was a little surprised. Yeah, I was a little surprised of how bad Paddy really is.
You weren't expecting that. Were you expecting him to win?
I was expecting him to win, to be honest. I was expecting him to take Justin down, to, I don't know, to do a different fight, like to really fight. But what he did inside the octagon in that fight, it surprised me a little bit. He really proved that he's a little sausage. So how he's gonna gain the skills, the technique in the sport, like that's basically impossible. He needs to die and be burned again. Now he's too far. We don't see Paddy in the horizon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we don't see him anymore. Bye, Paddy. I didn't even have to go inside the octagon to beat him. So that feels even a little bit better, to be honest.
Obviously, a lot was said about the potential fight against Islam. Could I ask you, regarding that, were you going to have to give up the lightweight title in order to fight him if that fight came to fruition for June 14th?
Not really. They would let me keep it.
Okay, because usually these days, like
this is a completely different situation than the situation that I had when I was fighting in the featherweight division. Like I was very honest to them when I wanted to move up. I was like, listen, I want to live this belt because I'm never gonna come back to the featherweight division because I really want to change the weight class. But if I will move up to the welterweight division, it's gonna be different because after that fight, I would come back to the lightweight division.
Can you tell, what is the real story? Why isn't this fight happening on June 14th?
Listen, I don't know the real story. What I know is that since the first phone call that I get, I had like two options, Islam and Justin Gaethje. And we said like, we want Islam because it's bigger fight and all that. Then the day before that they were like about to announce the event, they called me in the middle of the night. They wake me up and they told me Islam is injured. Something happens with his hand or I don't know what, and you are gonna fight Justin. Like Malky Kawa, he had to go like through a lot of negotiations, like with every fight that we close, and finally I'm fighting Justin. That's the story from my side. That's all I know.
When you came to that realization, were you disappointed?
Not really. As I told you before, like whatever happens, it's good for me. It's Islam, good. It's Justin, good. The result is gonna be the same. My goal as a sportsman is always to achieve great things in the sport. So what bigger can you achieve as a sportsman to collect the third belt? So I would love to defend my belt against Justin and then have the opportunity to move up in the welterweight division and get my third belt. That will be my perfect scenario, but who knows?
Do you think he left the lightweight division because he didn't want to fight you?
I don't know. I don't wanna blame him for something that I don't know 100%. You know what I mean? I don't know the reasons why he moved up, but who cares? I don't care.
Okay. Can I be honest with you, Ilia? That's a great fight. I really want to see you versus Arman.
Yeah.
I want to see that just as much. So the idea of you moving up is great too, but I think Arman should be fighting you on June 14th. I think he's the number one contender. What do you think of that?
Listen, as I said in many interviews, I just got the call. They offered me Islam or Justin. I picked Islam. Then they told me that Islam was injured.
Sure.
I was said that I was facing Justin. If they call me tomorrow and they tell me that Justin is injured and I have to fight Arman, I will fight Arman, no problem. If they call me and they tell me that Arman is injured, I have to fight Ariel, I'm gonna fight Ariel,
Please
no
don't.
problem. Like I can, I go whoever, whenever, just, I'm ready for whoever.
Since you last fought and he last fought, Arman has done a great job of getting himself out there through social media and wrestling matches. Have you been impressed with, because I feel like now he's a bigger star, which makes the fight even bigger.
I'm really impressed of how dumb he is.
Oh, tell me why.
He's a retard. I don't know. He looks like a kid. He's a kid. Like his mentality, he's dumb as fuck. I don't know. Everything that I saw about him in the internet, it's embarrassing. The thing that I don't like is like when they play that they rich and they show all that money, and it's like, bro, you don't even rich. You that poor that the only thing that you have is money, and you are spending your father's money, not even yours. So you know what I mean. He's a fucking kid. He's not on my level. If we cross the pots, like I'm gonna break his jaw in the first round. Like what he's gonna do? He's gonna take me down, bro. Please listen to me. Calm down. Do your thing. Go to those wrestling tournaments. Do your streams, and whenever the moment that arrives, just make sure to show up, and I'm gonna do the rest.
How do you feel like the fight against Justin plays out? How long do you think it lasts?
If he's not gonna start walking backward, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round.
Wow. So you think,
like as I always say, I feel that no one can match my level of skills inside the octagon. And when I say that, they start calling me that I'm cocky, that I'm this, that I'm that. But prove me wrong. Like prove me wrong.
That hasn't happened yet.
It didn't happen yet.
What about the fight against Islam? In your opinion, how would it have played out?
Like when I get the opportunity to fight with someone, I always used to think about what can I do to really shock the world. So with Islam, I'm like, to shock the world, I have to submit him. So this is what I think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna take him down and I'm gonna submit him. I know that inside yourself, maybe it sounds a little bit weird, like strange, like listen, how you're gonna take him down, how you're gonna submit him. But don't be surprised when you are gonna see that happen.
I'm not doubting you, by the way. It's just not. You don't hear every day someone say, "Yeah, I'm going to go out and submit Islam Makhachev. He's that good, especially on the ground."
He's good. Everyone is good. Justin is good. Alex is good. Charles is good. Max is good. Everyone is good, but I'm different.
Do you think you're number one pound for pound?
Of course. It's not that I think, I know so.
A month after your fight, it sounds like we're getting the return of Conor McGregor. And one could argue that that would be the biggest fight in the UFC by far, you versus him. Is this something that you're thinking about? Is this something that's on your radar?
Probably. It's not on my radar, but if I get offered that about that fight, we'll see on where Conor's going to be at that point. If he gets a win, a great comeback, he wins his next fight, and I get offered that fight, we'll see.
It's not something you'll ask for?
I never close the doors for those kind of opportunities, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Even if we are not on the same level right now, maybe on the popularity and all that, like he's popular and a lot of people knows about him, but as sports-wise, we all know that he's almost done.